Hey guys, Detailed Illusion here, and this time without any camera issues. I want to thank the lovely people I know on the internet who suggested a bunch of solutions, and I think I've managed to figure it out. So, yay! What I will apologize for is this window is definitely open, and my neighbors have just suddenly decided that now that I'm recording this, they want to be obnoxiously loud. So, I apologize for outside noises, but we recently actually just redid our windows, so it smells like crap in all these rooms. So we're trying to air out the house, and if I close that, I'm pretty sure I'm going to suffocate. I already probably sound a lot more nasal last week, and I kind of feel poofy. It's kind of gross. Yeah, but on to business. So I'm not usually going to do these, but this is going to be more of a personal vlog, which is a kind of a lot less fun for me to do than talking about things like Free, or next week where I'm going to talk about Pokemon X, because I've been playing the shit out of that. But I figured I should give you guys just like an update on everything that's happened over the past 2 months, because I've kind of been not really on the internet, not even on DeviantArt, and I need to get back to posting. I actually have some awesome shoots to post. But I guess I'll start with the kind of sad news. Pixel Magus / Mr. Anybody and I broke up 2 months ago, and I won't like sugarcoat that and say it was like the easiest thing ever or anything, but I have the most amazing friends both in Minneapolis, back here in Ottawa, and in California, and I had amazing emotional support through all of that, and am totally good now. But for those of you who don't know, he was kind of like my cosplay partner for a while. He's like the Kid Flash, stalking, Hulkling, Korra, Bosch, and there's probably some others that we did. We did a lot of like duo costumes together. So, we're still on good terms. So it's not like you might never see shots of those guys together again. But it's definitely not going to be as frequent, and there's going to be a lot more solo costumes coming for me, which is totally fun, because not having to make 2 costumes will be awesome. We'll have to get better at weapon making, though, and wig styling, because he did those for me before, so it's a learning curve. Anyways, so because of that, and because the school program that I was in really didn't turn out to be what I was looking for, and because also I couldn't work in the States. I was there on a student visa, and you're not allowed to work, and I had saved up some money and like put away money, especially for things like cosplays. I had like really set amount of like how much I could buy, so cosplay became really stressful for me, and I almost fell out of love with it, because I had such a finite amount of cash. If I made any kind of mistake at any point during the process, even something like screwing up a zipper or a button, meant that I wouldn't have the budget for the rest of the costume. So when you're sewing like that, it kind of takes the fun out of it. Like you're almost not wanting to put something through the machine out of fear that your serger might decide to eat it or whatnot. And there goes that cosplay. I actually had to cancel a few cosplay plans because I screwed up the fabric, or screwed up fabric on something else, and I decided it was more important. So I kind of decided that despite the battle that it was to get a student visa and move down to the States, it was time to come back to Ottawa. So I've been back here for 2 weeks. I already have a job that I start tomorrow. I'm going to be back at Fabricland, and I'm kind of picking up where I left off and continuing on with life, and it's working pretty awesomely for me. So that's why I'm here. A few people I know didn't realize that. I was talking to some people, and they were like, "Oh, you're back in Canada now?" And it's funny, because I think I've actually moved like 8 times in the past 2 years, so I'm ready to be here for like at least 2 years, because if I have to put my stuff into boxes one more time, I might lose it. So that's where I'm at. In terms of cosplay plans, now that business is out of the way, we can talk about the fun stuff. What I'm working on right now is actually Thranduil from The Hobbit. I'm doing his movie version, because I know it's actually very different. The way they interpreted him in the movie is very different how was in the book and in the animated film. And I'll do a Hobbit video later just to talk about my feelings about that, but I enjoy him a lot and I also enjoy to make fun of him. So that's kind of why I'm doing this costume. I actually found the most fucking perfect fabric. I was helping someone else search for fabrics for her costume, and it just kind of like showed up, and I was like, now I have to cosplay him. So yeah, so that's my kind of current project. It's probably going to be done by the end of October. I just don't know if I can afford a wig by the end of October, so there might not be shoots from that coming until a little later on, maybe like mid-December for Pop Expo, which is a first-year con here in Ottawa that I really want to go to. It's a kind of a throw-off of Comic-Con, and I think that's really cool that they feel that they've done well enough with Comic-Con here in Ottawa that they can do a throw-off con. Yeah, I've heard. I haven't gone to go to Ottawa Comic Con because I haven't been here. So I'm really excited to go this year because I've heard such like awesome things about it, and that it has been it kind of put Ottawa on the map, which is cool. But yeah, so Thranduil is my first project. I actually have something to show off. I've been working on his crown. So this is made of piano wire and aluminum foil tape because aluminum foil tape sticks to everything. And the reason I use piano wire, while it is a bitch to work with and you have to use actual tools to bend it, it retains form. Like I can bend this back and it'll just go back to its form. And with all those branches, I want to have support. Kind of the next step is going to be covering this in Sculpey, and then baking it, painting it, and adding the leaf accents. I'm not 100% sure how I want to do the leaves yet. I have a few ideas, but I'll let you guys know when I do. For now, I can try this on, show you how it looks. I'm pretty stoked about it. It's actually so tall on top. I keep on thinking that I should cut it down, but I look at pictures and his goes up really high, so for now I'm going to leave it as is. Part of the challenge with this costume has been, I kind of want to leave this on, but I'll take it off. Part of the challenge with this costume has been the fact that there's like no reference pictures, and I've been like watching the like teaser trailers over and over again and like pausing, trying to get especially the detail on his like jacket thing and the brooch, and it's fun, but that's c'est la vie with cosplay. So yeah, the goal is to have the sewing done by the end of October, and if I can have the wig, great. I'll probably wear it to the Heroes and Villains party, which is a kind of annual party that the comic book shop throws every year. And I mean, my friends have gone for years, and it's never worked out for me to be able to go. And this year I was like, fuck it, I'm going. So I'm going to be there, hopefully in Thranduil. If not, I'll probably take Red Arrow out of the closet and wear him. They have a Doctor Who theme this year, but I do not have any Doctor Who attire. So it will be... my friend's dressing up as Harley Quinn, so I'll be DC Universe with her. So yeah, so that's at the end, November 1st, I think, and I'm really excited for that. And then kind of after that, originally I was planning on doing a fashion line, and a few of you have heard about that because I've been talking nonstop about that for Ottawa Fashion Week, which is in February. But I kind of remembered that Comic-Con is actually in Canada this year. It's in Toronto. Someone reminded me, and originally I wasn't planning on going because I didn't think I could afford the trip because it's like a month before Fanime, and I would have been in the States. Once again, no money. But I kind of reassessed that and decided it was definitely worth my time to go down now, especially that I'm in Ottawa, I can work, and it's actually on the weekend of my birthday. So I figured that was something I could definitely treat myself to. And so after I get Thranduil done, the kind of next 4 months after that, I'm really going to focus on creating pieces that will be the best of my best A-game stuff. There's 4 masquerades at Costume Con, and I'm entering 3 of them. I'm doing the fashion folio, the historical one, and the sci-fi fantasy. I will let you guys know what the sci-fi fantasy one is now, because I know the fashion folio hasn't been released, and I'm still kind of weighing my options for the historical one. But I am going to be doing Xerneas from the new Pokemon games, a Gajinka of him. I'll post a design eventually. I kind of want to keep it secret for now. It's an original design, and I'm doing that because I wanted to create a garment that, for a guy, that showed off a lot of my sewing technique, once again, this is a lot about me bringing my A game to this con to try and make connections and whatnot. So so I wanted to do something that I would be more in control of and therefore could really show off my skill set. And Xerneas made sense. I'm in love with that Pokemon's design. I think it's really cool, and the fact that it's like a fairy type with this new kind of interesting type, but it doesn't look like a traditional fairy. It's this giant elk forest god creature. So I actually saw, it's kind of a combination of that, and then I'd seen a production of Midsummer Night's Dream as a ballet where Oberon, the fairy king, was dressed in this like see-through bodysuit with all this really awesome bead embroidery that, because it was on a see-through bodysuit, it made it look like it was part of his skin. So I'm kind of working, this is like a black tone bodysuit with, it's going to be pretty cool. So Costume Con is going to be a thing I'm definitely going to be doing. If you see me at that con, I might be a bit more focused than usual. Usually I'm down to chat and hang out and go for drinks at cons, but that one is going to be really about me trying to make connections. I have realized, the other thing I've kind of realized on this big trip to Minnesota and whatnot is what I really want to do is I want to do costumes for movies. So I'm going to be talking to as many possible people as I can there, try and get my name out there, show off what I can do. So if I seem a little focused, preoccupied, and more sober than usual, that's going to be why. And I mean, I'll make another video about like my costume con plans closer to the date of it, but I just thought I'd give you guys a heads up on that. Now, I think that's about it. Yeah, Elf King, Costume Con. Fanime, of course, is happening after Costume Con, and that's why I'm kind of limiting my Costume Con prep to the 4 months, and then I need to start in Fanime. And for that, the big one this year is going to be Titus for the Final Fantasy group that we do each year. So we're doing Final Fantasy X, and I get to be the main character this year, which is kind of awesome, and I'm super, super stoked. I am not stoked for resin casting that friggin' sword, but it's gonna look awesome. It's just gonna cost me a whole lot of money. So for Fanime, there's that. I am kind of revamping my panty cosplay. I'm adding a bunch of details and stuff to it and playing around with the design. And then I will also be doing a gender bend of Starfire. So she's pretty much, I realized, reading Outlaws and other things, I realized she's probably one of my favorite characters of all time. So doing a gender bend version of her is really exciting for me. It's going to be, she doesn't wear much to begin with, so the male version is also going to be pretty scandalous. But, you know, I'm just not going to stop doing crunches between now and Fanime, so it'll be fine. I hope. Anyways, that's about it for this week. I think. There was something else. I really wish I hadn't recorded all of this up until now because it's too much for me to want to delete it. But sorry for that awkward pause. I guess whatever else I want to talk about that forgot to write down in my beautiful notepad here is gonna have to wait for next week. So till then, hope you guys are all having an awesome week. I remembered it. I'm gonna start doing on Mondays, Cosplayer of the Moment Mondays is what I'm calling it. I'm pretty sure someone else has another name for it. As you guys know, I started doing Throwback Thursdays, just to get to show off some of my old work, and also I don't have any of my old pictures uploaded to Facebook, so that's how I'm gonna kind of update my Facebook once a week, adding something, a year or two old shot that I want to share with you guys. So that's how I'm gonna run that, and then it's actually a good thing I talked to someone ran by, because I was under the impression that it was Flashback Fridays, not Throwback Thursdays, so I was gonna get all excited and post this thing on Flashback Friday, and you all would have thought I was crazy, so I'm really glad I talked to someone before I decided Flashback Friday was a thing. My friend was like, Nick, it's Throwback Thursday. And I'm like, oh, good to know. Anyhow, so I'm making up a Monday thing, so Cosplayer of the Moment Monday, and that's just gonna be where I'm going to feature someone I know, someone I don't know, just a cosplay that is kind of something that impressed me in the moment of that day. And I guess the big thing I want to say there is that, especially, I know a lot of cosplayers, I know of a lot of cosplayers, and a lot of cosplayers follow me, and I do watch your guys' stuff, and I'm very impressed by all of your stuff. So don't be offended if I share someone before I share yours. I'm pretty sure I'll get around to sharing different photos of everyone, but this is by no means who I share first or whose cosplays I share is no means like a hierarchy of who I think is better. It's really just about, let's say, like last week when I posted my free picture, you know, if free is on my mind, it'll probably be a free cosplayer. Or with Pokemon, if I see a Pokemon cosplayer between now and Monday, it'll probably be him/her. So that's really what it is. There's no kind of, I guess, agenda or trying to value people on some sort of scale. It's really just me being like, oh, that's cool in the moment, and wanting to get people out there. So, yeah. So that's it. Sorry about the pause there, and I hope you all have an awesome week. See you later.